Hello everyone, and for the second time this week, this is not the video I was planning on uploading today, but due to circumstances, ERLC have added a new vehicle to the game. If you do enjoy, make sure to subscribe, and let's take a look and see what this is all about. Now, if you haven't watched my latest video, my video before this, or any other creator's video, or seen the news, because ERLC wasn't the only game that was affected, Maple County has just removed all their Fords as well, and I'm sure other roleplay games will be affected by the same issue over the coming weeks, or even just as a precaution, taking the vehicles out of the game before Ford sends a DMCA copyright strike. So if you haven't watched that video, I'd recommend doing so for a bit of context, but either way, quick TLDR. Ford sent a copyright strike. They don't want any of their vehicles in game, which means I believe 19 vehicles in total were removed from ERLC on both law enforcement, civilian, and jobs, which is pretty crazy. And as you may know, one of those vehicles was the Ford Crown Victoria, a very iconic vehicle in American policing. So that was the starter car that any new player could spawn for free. And, well, because that was removed, they needed to replace that pretty quickly. So they've added this new one called the Chevron Captain Antelope 1994. So, let's take a look at this in game. Right, let's pull up the menu, and here we go. Cadet 1994 Chevron Captain Antelope. And as you can see, this completely replaced the original Crown Victoria, which is why my undercover assets saved on this, which is, it does look a bit strange, but anyway, free, 115 miles an hour tops. Let's just go and purchase this and spawn it in. Oh, there we go, I actually spawned with delivery this time. Okay, so take a look at the vehicle here. Now, something kind of funny that I was alerted to on Discord. If you are a Ford employee, please take this time to look away. But either way, if we go into your private service settings, go to the custom livery pack and take a job vehicle, for example. There you go. You can see the old Crown Victoria still in game, and all the liveries as well. You just can't obviously spawn it in. So yeah, this is a vehicle we had, obviously based on the real Crown Victoria, and yeah, this is a vehicle it has been replaced by. Now, talking about the design and model of this thing, it was of course based in 1994, so 30 plus years old. And I think they did a good job. It's definitely a step up in quality from the old Crown Victoria. A lot of people have always been asking and complaining that PLC needs to remodel the Crown Victoria, add more detail to it. And there's definitely a lot more detail on this, even with the antenna up front, the lights out back. I'm sure the devs wanted to keep Fords in the game as much as we did, but, well, if they were still in the game now, then the game would have been taken down by Ford. So let's pull out here. It's like a pretty decent acceleration as well, up to 80 miles an hour, pretty fast, and the handling on this is fairly decent at top speeds. So on the ERLC wiki, this is a page for the old Crown Victoria. As you can see, this article is about something that has been removed from the game. Obviously, can no longer get it, but it's nice we still have the information stored here. Acceleration 0 to 60 was 5.54 seconds, and the top speed of 94 miles. Was it really 94 miles an hour? The law enforcement variant. I thought it went faster than that. That is surprising. So apart from top speed, the specs on the new versus the old Crown Vic, I suppose we'll just call it, are pretty identical. So nothing. It's mainly the model, of course, that had to be replaced because of the whole DMCA copyright strike. But it is sad. Like, first it was Lamborghini back in 2022. Then other companies saw what Lamborghini did, and they decided to start sending DMCA copyrights to Roblox. And the Ferrari that ERLC made and was planning to release is, well, still a staff-only car because they can't release it to the public because of the worry that Ferrari's going to copyright strike. And so many cars, you know, soon the entire fleet, not just in ERLC, but every other Roblox roleplay game is going to be fictionalized just because companies don't want their cars in game, which I mean is understandable. They own the rights to it, but at the same time, like, really, is it that big of a deal that ERLC has your Crown Victoria from 20 years ago? Like, I don't understand. Scrolling through the PLC photos, someone said it's a solid vehicle, especially as an undercover. And I have to agree, I think it actually looks better in this like maroon red color with no livery on. that definitely looks like a unmarked kind of cheap police vehicle that you'd see in like the late 90s, early 2000s, and those sort of like detective shows. So yeah, I do quite like this actually. Either way, here's the new car in game, working brake and reverse lights as with all of the newest vehicles. Let me know what you think. Obviously, it's no Crown Victoria, but I think it's a pretty decent model for what it is. Well, thank you very much for watching this short update video, if you would like to call it that. Please consider subscribing if you did enjoy, and take care. I'll see you in the next one.